Now there's a bunch of these obvious things that we all know Trump's still invested in. Yeah, the stuff that's still got his name on it, for fuck's sake. the hotel right down the street from the White House, all of his golf clubs, various other things. We know he's still invested because he didn't divest in the beginning. He just sort of he claims handing over control of it to his own kids, his own two sons. Don't worry, I won't be talking to them. We will have total distance and a Chinese wall, or I forget what he called it, but he's like as if we're supposed to believe. Oh yeah, no, they'll never ever talk to each other. They won't, come to some decision about this or that, and it's a total blind trust situation. Just as good, no big deal. All right, but here's the other thing. This is all speculation, so I got to go with allegedly, and who knows? I hear from people all that bullshit that so you don't get sued for libel or whatever. But as if anybody would care about some fucking schmuck who gives a shit. But I think the real reason, well, there's many reasons why he doesn't want to obviously throw out his financials. He's not really that rich. He has dealings with oligarchs, money laundering, yada, 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 right? But I think another big reason why he doesn't want to give up his financial documents is because I think there are three things in particular he's invested in, like on the low, just as personal Donald Trump, or maybe through his businesses. Who knows how the arrangement works out? But he is invested in three things in particular that I guarantee you, are driving the foreign policy, or not just foreign policy, but just his policies, decision making in general. So I think the three things are private prisons, oil companies, and defense contractors. I swear, dude, the things he's doing, the decisions he's making, they've got to be driven by that shit. I mean, it only so much goes to if a donor's given enough or this or that. Maybe. But I'm telling you, the way he is just emphatically insisting that we need to keep all the migrants that are coming here for asylum, we need to keep every goddamn one of them in a private prison for who knows how indefinite. Just, as long as possible. So I guarantee you, when those financial documents, if they ever become public, you'll probably see Geo Group and Core Civic are going to be things that he's invested in. I mean, I have a very good feeling about that one for sure. Then there's oil companies. Now, how many, which ones? I don't know, probably all of them or little pieces of some that he's invested in. Because the goddamn guy will not shut the fuck up about trying to go into Venezuela and Iran and all these other oil-rich nations. You're like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you insisting on overthrowing these countries and making quagmires out of them too? Unless the people that will swoop in after they're overthrown will end up being part of companies that you're invested in for oil production. I have a feeling. Now, the other thing, and this is almost a guarantee at this point, is defense contractors and weaponry. Because the guy is looking to sell weapons to every goddamn country known to man. And, that usually is never a thing that presidents of either party really gave a shit about that much. Of course, we did arms deals all the time, no matter what the president was, to whoever would pay the amount of money. Within, we wouldn't sell them to our worst enemy necessarily, but, we would sell them to a whole lot of other people that we probably shouldn't. But nobody took that front and center sort of aspect like this guy is. And then especially, that almost is guaranteed now when Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post journalist who's a Saudi citizen but was living in this country because he wrote bad things about the up-and-coming prince, Mohammed bin Salman. So they got him into one of the Saudi embassies in Turkey in order to get a wedding license or marriage license. And they ended up chopping him up into a bunch of pieces, dismembering him, literally. No bullshit. And so once that became obvious that was what happened, This asshole president was just like, well, yeah, that's tough cookies for Mr. Khashoggi guy. Sorry he got chopped up and everything, but we sell tons of weapons to the Saudi Arabian people and, the government. We need to keep doing that. I mean, it's a huge source of jobs, and there you go. No, dude, only somebody like him who's invested would continue to do that. Dude, that is such a big, like, ooh, God, let's just distance ourselves, come back later, some other time. No, it had to be because this guy is going to get a big piece of the fucking pie if the weapons deal keeps going through. He's a sad sack of shit, and he needs to go. So hopefully stupid-ass establishment Democrats quit with the nonsense about just tagging him as a racist and leaving it at that. No, you fucking idiots. You need to really spell out how this asshole has been horrible for working people and that you need to come up with real policies that would help those said people. So, I don't know. Let's hope it all works out. I mean, I know if President Sanders, if Bernie Sanders continues and he wins, there you go. But anybody else, I don't have any fucking... Maybe Tulsi Gabbard. Maybe. Elizabeth Warren, she doesn't really have the fight in her. She'll get used and abused on the debate stage and throughout the campaign trail. But at least with Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie Sanders for sure, then you got at least two of those right there. They're good for working people. We're on our way to being done with the fucking national embarrassment that is this piece of shit president.